Alrighty. Peppercine, what up? Say hi, Pepper. It's my baby Pepper. Loki's just skeeting around. We gotta get out to the garage, take care of some stuff. We gotta get you guys those budget reels and budget rods. All right, guys, so we're just getting the boat ready. Got a new charger for the rig. I've been literally getting the boat ready for like what it feels like months. So my buddy Brando's coming over. He's gonna help me verify a couple things on my boat, help me with the connector, and verify my wiring to make sure I got it in right. Pretty sure I do, but it always helps to have that second opinion. My garage is an absolute show, so I gotta get that taken care of too. We're gonna get this shit done. Let's jump into our budget video. Hello friends, and welcome back. Today we got some budget combos for you guys, budget friendly combos that I think we don't talk about enough in fishing. A lot of times people can't afford to put 20 rods in their deck, or 20 rods in their rod locker that cost $750 a piece, right? So oftentimes what we wanna do is we wanna find the best bang for our buck. The best bang for our buck is gonna be combos that can handle a wide scope of techniques to where it feels right still and it doesn't feel wrong. Therefore, we gotta find those happy medium rods, and I got those right here for you guys. Oftentimes in the fishing industry, it is true. Good stuff ain't cheap and cheap stuff ain't good. But sometimes you can get what you call budget-friendly things that really make sense. So in my mind, you know, not every tactic requires that top tier rod, and I don't think that gets talked about enough. So we're gonna break it down. First off, I got a spinning setup for you guys that is gonna retail right around that 310, 315 bucks. If you're a little bit older and you're like me, we gotta remember that the economy did change a little bit and prices did go up on literally everything. So for example, we got this Daiwa Fuego 3000 paired with a toxic tournament grade rod. Now, this Daiwa Fuego 3000, at the time when I bought it, it was $100. Now I believe there might be 115, 110. So it's a little bit more expensive. And I actually got this on a flash sale for $89.99. And then, so I bought two of them. I got two fantastic reels for $180, which is very great on the price point. Now, rod that we're running, 7.3 toxic tournament grade rod, which is by far one of the most like versatile rods that I think I got in my locker, because it does just a little bit of everything. Now, I throw Neds with this rod, I throw swim baits, a lot of bottom contact stuff, shaky heads, jig worms for largemouth. It can do quite a bit of things. Even small top waters, for the clients that can't use bait casters very well, even small top waters work awesome. I use these for poppers out on Mille Lacs for smallmouth. It works freaking great for that. Just a wide scope of techniques that you can use. This rod is perfect for it. And for, you know, $110, you're gonna get a mag sealed reel, which that's Daiwa's premier lubing process that they do with these reels to really make them wick at that water and get all that corrosion and stuff out of there. You know, water oftentimes is the enemy of a reel, and it makes things like get calcium and magnesium deposit all over it inside of in the reel, and that's what kind of makes it deteriorate. Mag sealed prevents that from happening and makes that water wick it and spit out of the reel instead of collect on it. But yeah, this rod and reel combo you can get for under $315 to $320. It's freaking awesome though. And this is a medium action rod. Pretty much like I said, it just covers so many different scopes of techniques, and it does them pretty well. For the bang for your buck, I would put 5 of these on your deck. Now, as you guys can see, I'm using these for a little bit of everything. Like this stays in my starting lineup, these reels do. I got the 3000 series right here. So I do own quite a few of them, and I think I got 2 more in my rod locker too as well. So a great budget friendly combo as far as spinning stuff goes. And if you're looking to own multiple rods and not have to be tying stuff all the time and whatnot, this is a very good way to do it as far as your spinning arsenal goes, and to be able to have a swim bait rod, a Ned rig rod, maybe a popper and a shaky head rod. You can have a rod to cover every single technique without breaking the bank and still have a great quality rod. Now this rod's very sensitive, super sensitive as a matter of fact. Another thing that I think this thing is going to be very good for that I haven't got to experiment a ton with, but I did use it quite a bit last fall, was hover strolling. You know, that's a very, very popular technique right now, or that jig and minnow technique. It's super popular. This rod works very well for it. Initially, I thought that you wanted probably a softer rod tip to be able to do that technique, and the more that I messed with it, I started to realize you probably want just a little bit faster action of a rod tip. So this is a medium fast action, so it does have just a little bit quicker of a tip. It's not extra fast, but as far as this specific blank goes, in my mind, to like a lot of the rods that I've used in the past, it does feel kind of like it's extra fast. So very quick tip on it, and it feels great when you hook into a fish, handles them really well, and has just enough bend to where you're not gonna lose them with those finesse light hooks, but you know, it definitely has that stiffness that you need so that if you were like jig worming in grass and stuff like that, you could pull it right out and not have any issues with it. Definitely one of my favorite rods to have in my arsenal of rods, and I have clients use these. I use them myself. When I have family and friends out on the boat, I have these guys use this stuff and they absolutely love it. So great combo to get, under 320 bucks. And that's for both the rod and the reel. Again, the reel is about 100 bucks and the rod is about 200. All right, so casting setups. What are we doing with this rod? So this is the same exact rod, except it's casting and it's medium heavy. So you can do just about everything with this rod. About the only thing that I wanna do is probably throw like a Carolina rig. Outside of that, bottom contact stuff, and even some moving baits are very welcome with this rod combo. Right now I have a Daiwa Tatula CT on it, and is the Tatula line's like bottom level reel, but don't let that bottom level terminology fool you, because I can tell you guys what, I've had this reel for a very long time, a very, very long time. It stays in my starting lineup. I own quite a few SVs and Tatula Elites, and I even have the Elite Flip and Pitch. I can tell you what, this reel definitely competes with those reels. I have never greased this thing, and I've had it for probably 4 years or so. Again, you know, I bought this a while back. I've seen the newer Tatula CTs and they look absolutely phenomenal. Like, they changed the design in them. It's got a little bit of a better frame. I've never actually held one, but they do look awesome. And again, you know, I believe that CT now sells for about 150 bucks. I bought this thing for $100 a few years ago, like 4 years ago. Bought this reel for $100. So definitely a great buy on that end, in a reel that functions like a tournament grade or like a upper tier reel for sure. Also the rod, let's bounce back to the rod. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. I got a little ADHD. But the rod, 7.3 medium heavy, fast tip. And this is the same thing as this blank. It's the same design anyways. It definitely feels like a little bit stiffer than a fast. It kind of feels more between a fast and an extra fast. This does pretty much everything. And even if you had like the medium version of this, you'd still be pretty good. Like, I think that this rod is great for moving baits like chatterbaits, spinner baits, some top waters, throwing spook, shower blows. Everything from that to, as you guys can see, when I was down in Iowa this last few days, I was using a Stealth Fighter on this, and this thing works great for flipping grass, Texas rigs, like I said, just a little bit of everything, man. It just does what you need it to do in every capacity. And I think that, yes, you could find maybe a little bit better of a chatterbait rod. We have a chatterbait rod, as a matter of fact, but it's 325 bucks versus having a rod that's well more affordable to a lot more people. This rod does multiple things, unlike our chatterbait rod is pretty much designed specifically for chatterbaits. But this rod, you know, you just keep on naming the techniques, and it just really, that's appealing for a guy that's on a budget that can't afford to get 100 rods at 700 bucks a piece. So Again, a great combo for that guy that's trying to save a little bit of money. All right, guys, so if you guys are looking for any of this stuff, I'm gonna leave links in the bottom of my description below. Go ahead, click on them. They're direct links, so they'll send you right to the site. When you guys do buy stuff based off my YouTube page, it does help my channel, and I really appreciate it. All right, so if you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe. This isn't the only type of content that I do. I like doing the long form stuff, and pretty soon we're gonna have that for you guys. We're doing a little bit of content building. Like, I've been taking a lot of stuff behind the scenes and really not publishing a lot of it. I want to make a really badass long form video in the time coming. So we should have that after opener. If you guys haven't already, check out my Mille Lacs video. Like, that's a great reference guide of some of the tackle and equipment that you're gonna wanna bring out to the pond come opening day. So I strongly suggest that you guys check that out if you haven't already. And also, if you guys want to look at what long form content looks like for this YouTube channel, go ahead and check out Bussy Break. I get it, if you watched it, there wasn't a ton of fish catches. It was really tough down there, but I wanted to kind of give an example of what I like to do long form wise, and a little bit like my style, and just like kind of the evolution of doing this filming and editing thing. It's really hard to get used to if you're not used to it. Especially for me. I'm old, I'm really bad with technology, like probably the worst. I am starting to get the hang of it. This year I plan on doing a ton of more YouTube content now that I'm getting way more comfortable. You guys should see that coming from me, and hopefully you guys like this stuff and keep on watching my vids. Thank you guys, I'll see you guys soon.